Hey everyone, welcome to Plaid Couch. Today it's just me, so I thought it'd be fun to take some Mario characters and put them into a tier list on if I would go drinking with them or not. You got the drinking buds, with them's always a good time. You're always willing to go out, whatever your plans are, whatever you had going on. You know what? You make time for them, then you got a good time. You may not always go out with them, but whenever you do, it's a good time. Then you have I don't mind, they are there. I didn't invite them. Maybe a mutual friend brought them out, and it's okay. We don't have the best conversations, but it's not necessarily a bad time. That's where the I'd rather not comes into play. They're there. If you have something else going on, you're kind of hoping those plans stick through so you can go to that instead of going out with your friends and drinking with them, or possibly even just staying home and saying you're sick or don't feel like going out. And finally, you have the I'm not going out. Um, Whatever it is this person has planned, you are constantly finding anything and everything to do to get out of those plans. Your aunt died for the third time. All right, so you can't go to that. Or whatever it may be, you are finding an excuse not to go. So to start this off, I don't find a better person to start with than Mario. Mario's kind of a tricky one. I know he's the center face of the game series. However, I think I don't mind that he's there. I'm not inviting him. After a while, you've learned he's told the same, like, three stories, and after hearing it about 15 different times, it's kind of worn off. It's like, yeah, I understand you saved Peach again. Whoop de doo. Um, why don't you try doing something else? So you're going go karting with your friends tomorrow? That sounds really fun and exciting. But it's just the same old stories over and over again. It's like, my guy, try something new. I do not care. But that's where Luigi comes in. Luigi's a good time. He makes it a little more exciting. He's not afraid to be vulnerable with you, especially when the drinks are flowing. He'll tell you how he shit his pants going through a haunted mansion, and you're like, damn, Luigi, that sounds pretty scary. There was a Goo called Gooigi. Holy cow, my guy, that's insane. But you know what? That's where Mario and Luigi are a duo, alright? So Luigi's only coming to the bar if Mario is, so you just gotta put up with Mario so you can hang out with Luigi. And that kind of goes with Peach as well. And Peach can kind of be a little toxic once she's had some drinks in her, because she'll start flirting and it's like, Peach, aren't you talking to Mario? And she's like, it's not really exclusive, all right? I bake him a cake every now and again. But overall, nothing serious there. And you're like, all right, well, Mario's shooting me daggers from across the bar. Are you sure nothing serious is going on here? She's like, it's fine. And you're like, all right, well, I don't know if I want to get in this mess. But if it's just Peach there, you're having good conversations, trying to stay away from politics. But you know what? When she's the princess of the kingdom, it pops up every now and again. And Daisy's a good time as well. Maybe not as much fun conversations. She doesn't hold her alcohol as well as the others, but you know what? It's pretty entertaining. Next up on the list is our guy Bowser. Now there's two different sides of Bowser. Are you getting the chill dad who's talking life lessons? Or are you getting the psychopath who's kidnapping people? And just because of those two different versions, I have to put him in the I don't mind they're there. All right? Yeah, he could be a great drinking bud, but you don't know if he's going to snap on you. So it's like, I'll talk to him first half of the night. once he starts getting into different topics, I gotta get out of there. All right, find someone else to talk to at the bar. But I'll tell you who that person won't be is Toad. All right, Toad, if you're there, I'm not talking to you. I don't want to hear you talk. Because all you do is come up with excuses. Peach is in a different castle? Well, guess what? Tell me what fucking castle she's in, my guy. Alright? Jeez, oh Pete's. And you know what? Toadette's in that same boat too, alright? She lets Toad slide way too often. It's like, come on. You gotta tell him where he's slipping up. You can't just let him keep thinking he's this hot shit when he's not. Alright? Step it up, Toadette. But now we're getting to the interesting stuff. DK, he's a drinking bud, alright? He can throw it back. He takes care of you, making sure you're doing alright, getting your bananas and potassium, making sure you're staying healthy, but also having a good time, alright? And same with Yoshi. Now, when he starts getting on the topic of taxes, that can be a bit weird because it's like, you haven't paid your taxes in how long, Yoshi? But then when he's buying drinks for everyone, you kind of forget about that. Birdo? I'll put Birdo in a I don't mind they're there. I feel like when she starts getting drinks in her, she's doing like that shoulder rub and stuff, and it's like, I don't really feel like being touched right now, Birdo. And she's like, oh, it's fine. You look tense. It's like, yeah, I'm going to move a seat over. And if she keeps following you, that's when you try to make way and either get out the bar or find a different group of people to talk to. And hopefully that group includes this guy here, Wario, because he's a drinking bud right there. He's got a lot of cool stories, and it's like, Wario, why aren't you the main character? You sound so cool. He's like, he also pays for drinks a lot because he has a lot of money, and you're like, dude, Wario, you're living the life, my guy. He's like, yeah, I'm hired by Bowser every now and again just to cause shenanigans, but who really cares? And you're like, I don't care. I'm not judging you, Wario. You live your life. But you get his creepy brother, cousin. How are they related? Waluigi? I'm not going out if... I'll put him in the I'd rather not. Because, again, it's like the Mario Luigi with Wario and Waluigi. Alright. They're a duo. They go out together. I really hope I can just hang out with Wario, but I know Waluigi's going to be creeping around drinking some, like, soup water. It's like, dude, just have a Bud Light. I don't care. Alright? Whatever you're drinking, isn't it, my guy? And he tells you the weirdest stories, too. And you don't know if they're true. You have to assume they're true with the details he's putting in, but you hope they're not true. Rosalina? I think she'd be a drinking bud. She'd tell you about space and a lot of that galactic stuff, and that'd be really cool to hear at midnight while you're having drinks. Have her star friend just making sure y'all are staying hydrated and healthy as well. Pauline, I'm not going out, alright? She's still stuck up on Mario. If she sees him out there and Peach out there as well, it's just a toxic time for everyone there. Alright? So, she's still clearly hung up on him. Mario doesn't shut it down either. He entertains it. And it's just awkward for everyone there. It's like, alright, we understand there was a thing there years ago. Move on, alright? Y'all are living in the past. Next on the list is Petey Piranha. And I think Petey's a good time. He may get a little crazy. Um, moving around, he may knock some stuff over in the bar, but overall, I think as long as you can keep him pretty well grounded in his area, he's having a good time. And that goes for King Boo as well. He's got some cool stories. Being a ghost and all that. He's also royalty. Again, you know, they're doing great. However, this royalty is King Babam. I'd rather not. He's got a short fuse. Or I don't need you yelling at me at the bar. All right, I'm not trying to make a scene with you. So if we can just mind ourselves, I can be cordial, but as soon as you're trying to start something, I'll throw hands. I'll throw hands against you. Next up is, I think his name's Kamek. Kamek's a good time. He talks. Sometimes he starts talking about astrology and stuff like that, like magic, and you're like, oh, this kind of sounds illegal what you're doing. I don't know why you need a strand in my hair, but I guess you got this guy here. He's the designated DD, and for that, he's a great guy. He's making sure you're getting home safe no matter what, alright? He is always there for you. Everyone needs a guy like that. Goomba? You think Goomba would be fun, but I'd rather not. Because, kind of like Mario, he shares the same stories over and over again, except it's how he's constantly degrading himself, saying he's not good enough. He's like, I'm the first thing people see and they automatically want to step on me. And it's like, you gotta have a little more self-esteem, my guy. Come on. But he's constantly just being like, oh, typical day for me, just getting stepped on. And it's like, life can be a little better. You just have to have a little more positive outlook, my guy. And you think that would be with Koopa. Koopa's, a good guy. He's going through this a lot of the same stuff Goomba is, but he's finding healthy ways to deal with it. Yeah, he has a good time with his pals, but he's not dwelling on all the stuff going on in the Mario world. And same with Hammer Bro. Hammer Bro's another good time. Just he likes playing football out there too. We'll all have a drink and then we're throwing the pigskin around. So Goomba's just gotta let himself loose every now and again instead of putting the weight of the world on his shoulders if he has any. Next up is Chain Chomp. Honestly, I'd rather not. Kind of the same reasoning for King Babam. He can get rowdy, but it's not the fun rowdy. It's just we're just destroying shit rowdy. I see how it's going. You just wanted an excuse to destroy shit, so you have half a blue moon left, and that's the only drink you've had all night, and you're starting to destroy stuff. All right, my guy. I get you. Dry Bones? Dry Bones? I don't... No, he's a drinking bud. He's a drinking bud. He's the puking rally king. Alright? Doesn't matter how many times he goes down. He's getting back up. So, everyone needs a puking rally guy. Because he motivates the rest of you to keep going and having a good time. As long as he's going, you're going. Shy Guy? I don't mind they're there. I think they mind that they're there though. They don't want to be. They were forced by a coworker to go there. So they're just waiting for the quickest way to do an Irish goodbye and get out of there. And you know what? I respect it. I'm not going to try to stop them from leaving. If they want to talk, I will gladly talk to them. But I'm not going to force the conversation. Next up is Blooper. You know, I don't mind they're there. Again, I don't think I'll try to have a conversation with them. But, you know, they probably have some interesting stories to tell me. Monty Mole. I think Monty Mole's a good time. You know, it's just if he's coming out or not. Because if he is, everyone's hooting and hollering, having a good time. But he doesn't always come out. He's got personal things going on a lot, you know. He's got a wife and kids, so he can't always make it out with the boys. But when he does, it's like, Monty's here. Hell yeah. And finally, Wiggler. I'm almost certain he was at those Diddy parties.